Konnichiwa, Dick Punchers and Dick Punchettes. Welcome back to McDan Plays With Himself. We're putting Jericho on hold for a game that came out about 2 weeks ago.
Who are you?
This is Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. This game's been getting a lot of buzz and a lot of praise, and it's all deserved.
I'll be right here.
And I'm gonna
Close so I can speak without alerting the others.
try to talk over this introduction as little as possible, because
Let me tell you about Senua.
it's kind of important.
Her story has already come to an end, but now it begins anew.
The short version is that's the head of her lover on her hip there. He was killed by Vikings.
It's breathing. It's breathing.
And she's a picked warrior with a severe case of psychosis, who's going to be delving into Helheim to save his soul.
This is a journey deep into darkness. There will be no more stories after this one.
Are we sure about that? This game's doing really well. Sequel seems all but guaranteed. Man, I can't get over how beautiful this game is.
Oh, how rude of me. I never told you of the others. You hear them too, right? They've been around ever since the tragedy. That's not quite true. Some are old. Some are changed. I think the darkness changed them, just like it changed her.
Let me tell you, there's a loading screen that says this game is experienced best with headphones. I played through it once without, and now I'm playing it for the first time with headphones.
Up ahead.
They're absolutely correct. This is incredible. All these voices in her head, they were all recorded using new 3D audio recording technology. So they like have a position in space. It's not just stereo where it's left or right. And it's creepy as hell, and I love it.
It's not safe. Go back. Go back. Go back. Go back. It's not safe.
So, for those of you who haven't heard of this game, it's made by Ninja Theory. From what I've read, it's a spiritual successor to Heavenly Sword.
Drowned. The sick.
I'm not sure about that. I've never played Heavenly Sword.
Here they lie, rotting.
I think that's what it's called, Heavenly Sword, but
But the dead don't always lie still here.
that was during the period where I had fallen out
This is
of
not a place
video
of rest.
games.
They're going to do that to you.
I mean, I seriously can't get over how gorgeous this game is. Like, just look at those textures, look at the plants, look at the god rays. Oh, the god rays. I'm such a sucker for god rays.
Stop. Can you feel them watching? They're watching her.
Honestly, this is the most excited I've been about a new title.
So close to the darkness.
Like a new franchise that I didn't have any familiarity with since Dark Souls 1. And I was skeptical of Dark Souls 1 at first, but I'm not skeptical of this game. I don't know if there will be a sequel. I really hope there is, because this game is doing so well.
I think she would get used to it by now after so many years.
It hasn't been put out by a major developer, and yet,
Darkness.
as I'm recording this, it's
To itself.
the #1
Stronger.
game that's download only on PS4.
Try and ignore it. Turn away.
I'm playing on PC though because, you know,
Where you're most vulnerable.
glorious PC gaming master race for the win.
Just enough light is all you need to see its suffocating power.
It is a little bit slow here at the beginning, but it's pretty enough that I can forgive them.
You might think she's brave to go on this journey on her own, but it isn't bravery that drives her. Bravery only means something to those afraid of death. Senua's fear runs far, far deeper.
Paddle faster, I wanna play. And I'm running out of things to say. I can only call your game beautiful so many times. It's cool though, because it's like you're taking the place of one of the voices in her head. Like there's an excuse for it to be this third person over the shoulder game.
What is she leaving behind? I know what she's thinking. I hear her thoughts. It's not too late to get into the boat and go back. No one will judge her.
God, look at those details. Look at her hair. Look at the detail.
There's no going back.
Well, now there isn't. What'd you do that for?
Senua pushes away a world that conspired to cause so much suffering. There's nothing to go back to, and worse to look forward to. Why don't you join us? Maybe you too have a part to play in this story.
Alright, I suppose so. By the way, this is what the gameplay is like. There's no HUD. There's no life bar or anything. It's just this.
And you'll see what happens if you focus.
Do not forget my stories, Senua. Because your darkness comes from hell, and your fate lies there. They say the burning of a corpse will take you straight to Hela's gate, but gods and the living will follow this path. You must leave the Isles of Orkney across the eastern sea, and find a road that leads north and down through deep, dark valleys. After 9 nights of riding, you will follow a great river, and will find a bridge covered in gold. The path to Helheim goes from there, across the river of knives that flows from the dark world of Niflheim.
Okay. Thanks, Exposition Stone. Alright, and we're off. God, this is so cool. I love this game so much. I say this and I'm almost certainly going to rage quit at some point because it is an extremely difficult game. But my god, it's such a good game.
The darkness is coming. Yearn for life.
And of course the question becomes how much of this is real and how much of it is in Senua's head.
But she's not stopping.
That's the real question.
Not this time.
Purdy.
Land of mist and fog. The old fool was right. What was it he said? The river of knives across which lies the halls of hell. The place they call Helheim.
This like main voice, this narrator, or whatever you want to call her, she's like right in my left ear. It's like there's somebody sitting there actually saying it into my ear, and there's nobody there, and it's creepy as hell, and it's awesome. This game really is better with headphones. A lot of games say that, but this is the truth.
There's no doubt about it. The source of the darkness is in Helheim. And the goddess Hela holds his soul there. Her dear beloved, Gilead.
Well, then I guess we better go fuck up Hella then, huh?
What is she doing? Why is she doing this? Why doesn't she turn back?
My God, I can't. Look at the sand. Look at the water. Look at
He's already
everything. Oh my God, this game looks so good.
The bridge to Helheim.
Oh my God.
I forget its name.
A little bit of lag there.
But she does remember that only the dead may cross it. That part wasn't so easy to forget.
Let me do a quick adjustment so that doesn't happen again. There we go. That should help. Maybe.
The old
Hopefully.
fool said there was a hidden path up to it. Let's see, shall we?
Not really seeing all that much difference. That's good, I suppose. Alright. Hey, another exposition stone. They're not actually called that,
9
but
worlds. The world of men they call Midgard. Sky gods dwell in Asgard. The gods of earth, harvest, wind, and sea.
I love her face. She's just
Good
like,
elves
uh-huh,
dwell in Helheim.
this is so interesting.
Dwell in Svartalfheim.
You don't say.
The mountain giants dwell in Jotunheim.
Please go on.
Fire giants dwell in Muspelheim.
Well, how about that?
Niflheim is the world of ice and darkness.
Wow.
Only the dead dwell in Helheim. And that is where you must travel.
Alright, off we go then, I guess. Alright, and through here.
Are you scared? You should be scared. Quickly, go, quickly.
These parts are... The parts where you have to balance on a beam are a little annoying to deal with.
Why did she do that? She shouldn't have done it. She can't go back now.
That's the
No,
whole
this is
idea.
The hidden path.
Alright, now you're about to see something really cool. This game has, like, cutscenes. Like, in the form of either spirits speaking to her or hallucinations speaking to her. And it doesn't really specify which they are, because, of course, it doesn't. But you'll notice something about the characters speaking to her in these visions or hallucinations or whatever they are.
Dangerous.
Don't kill me. I'm not one of them. I was just hiding. I find I live longer that way. I'll never let the bastards catch me again. Never! Wait. Who are you?
Just a camera.
Truth?
Yep, that's a live-action person.
For my tales of the Northmen, they call me Ruth. Liar. An old fool.
This had the potential to be so terrible,
Truth is my truth.
but it works, and I love it.
It's good to see you again. You kept your vow.
Guide you in this life and the next. I will tell you my stories of hell, if I may walk with you.
Tell me your stories again, old friend. I'm listening.
In case you haven't figured it out, he's the one talking
Focus
with
your
all the
mind,
exposition stones, as I call them.
and you too will see what's hidden in plain sight.
I can see one.
Hold it in your mind's eye. Find one like it to open the gate. Look towards the gate.
There we go. So the whole concept behind that is
Go through the gate. Go through it. It's dangerous.
Senua has a heightened sense of focus, so she can notice things that Other people don't.
Spent 6 years enslaved in hell.
Like that rune in the shadows.
Learned their ways,
I know you did.
And that's this game's puzzle mechanic.
and everyone else laughed. My people paid a heavy price. Carry my stories with you, and together we will make the Northmen feel our fury.
Another voice joins us. She once tried to make them go away.
Alright, now this one I actually have to balance, so here I go.
What is that? When we are always here. I guess it's the same with heights. You can stand on the edge, pretend it's going to be okay. But you know that death is near, waiting for you to make that.
Nope.
Let it
Bye.
slip.
Exposition.
You can't just wish things away.
Exposition!
Hela, the world of the dead, is ruled by the giantess, Hela.
Alright, well this is playing, I'm getting a soda.
The gods feared her bloodline, bad on her mother's side, and yet much worse on her father's. So, as a child, the All-Father cast her down into Helheim and gave her power over those who die of sickness, age, hardship, and self-slaughter.
And I'm
In
back.
all of the 9 worlds, only Hela can resurrect the dead. To Hela, your Diliad was sacrificed, and with her you must bargain.
So yeah, take a random stab at who the final boss in this game is. 3 guesses, and the first 2 don't count. Alright, like I said, it is a little bit slow to start, but I'm just going to play until we get 1 fight under our belt, and then I'll call it an episode, and then we'll start the adventure proper in the next episode, unfortunately.
You have to open it.
The gate to Helheim divides the living from the dead.
The game is, I mean, it's the first game in this continuity, so it's establishing
The half
basically everything.
rules over Helheim. Whatever horrors lie behind that door, she must find it. Shh. Someone's here.
You may have read that this game has a permadeath mechanic. Here's the storyline justification for the permadeath mechanic, although at this point it's largely believed that the permadeath mechanic is a bluff put in place by the developers to instill a sense of urgency and fear in the player.
You took him from me. I beg you. Let him go. I'll give you what you want. I won't resist anymore. Just give him back.
Mistake. A little bit of body horror here. Alright, now, fair warning. The first time I played through this, I used a mouse and a keyboard. This is the first time I'm using a controller, and it is a little bit more fluid, but some of the controls are a little different.
Don't give up. Don't give up. Just
Come on, bitch.
he's gone.
Come on. With these guys, I found if you rush in and stab real quick like that, you can actually stagger them, and then they're just fucked. Like forever. Unless you fuck up like that. Fuck you. Okay, there we go. Now, unfortunately, these guys, they take no damage. So this is a scripted death. And there's no way to get around them at this point. Later in the game, if we see enemies like this, we can get around them by focusing. But unfortunately, at this stage, there's no way. I mean, I could avoid them forever, but eventually, I'm going to have to go to the bathroom or go to sleep. And this episode's already long as it is, so good night. Ow. Come on. There we go. Alright, and in terms of body horror, this is probably the most terrifying thing in this game, is this scene right here. Where you see the main character actually rot and die. It's a little fucked up. Nice touch with the eyes dilating there.
A vision of what's to come. Poor Senua. The darkness does not bargain. It does not reason. It is wrought. And now it has taken hold. It will spread towards her head, the seat of the soul, until there is nothing left of her. All of her suffering will have been for nothing. It's just a matter of time.
So, there you see, that's the in-game justification for the permadeath mechanic, if it exists. Personally, I don't think it does, because the first time through, I couldn't wrap my head around how a specific mechanic worked, and I fucking died like... I lost count how many times I died because
The hardest battles
this
are
mechanic
fought
was
in
over
the
my
night.
head.
That is what Dillian told her. With every defeat, the dark rot will grow and soon it will take her soul. But for now, at least, she still has control of her mind. And she will fulfill her vow, whatever the cost.
Damn right.
Listen to me, Senua. The goddess Hela lies behind the gate to Helheim. To open the gate, you must first face the gods that guard it. The god of fire, Surt, and the god of illusion, Valravan. Spill their blood to open the gate to Helheim and enter the land of the dead.
Don't mind if I do. Alright, this episode's already running long as hell, so I'm gonna cut it here, and I'll see you next time on McDan Plays With Himself. Sayonara, Dick Punchers and Dick Punchettes.
Please don't go. I want you to stay.